What do what do a human have to do to be caged and or tortured? For some reason, the family did this to their own, and blood thicker than water. Go ahead though.
And
Go
now
ahead,
to
go.
new developments in a horrific case of child abuse.
A 15-year-old girl tortured for years, and now a
15.
fourth member of her family has been arrested. And we've learned he's a sex offender. And Local 10's Roy Ramos live now in Margate with the troubling details today. Roy.
Shout out to Uniquely Designed for the $5 cash app. Say I will show up to beat that ass daily. Trying to tell you something. You done killed a 2-year-old bitch and you ain't go. Man.
Calvin and Nicole, and when neighbors I spoke with heard the details of this alleged abuse, they say that they got chills. The victim here, just 15 years old, and police say this alleged abuse came at the hands of her own relatives.
We were very shocked.
I didn't even know they were doing that.
Neighbors concerned with yet another arrest in a Margate house of horror, where police said a 15-year-old girl was tortured and abused for nearly a decade. 74-year-old Horace Crawley, who police said lived in the home, taken into custody Sunday for failing to register as a sex offender.
There are several neighbors down the street that do have small children, and they are outside playing, so that is definitely a concern.
So we more focused on him being a sex offender than what's going on inside the house. But go ahead.
Her aunt and uncle, Latricia Crawley and Benjamin Lockett, her legal guardians, arrested in late October, both facing charges of aggravated child abuse and child neglect. Her own 20-year-old sister now also behind bars.
20-year-old sister. What is all this on top of your shit, baby? You is mean with that little what is that? A pin comb? A pin comb, the way you draw your stuff on like that right there. Y'all look a damn fool, but y'all be so cute. That's what's up. Go ahead.
It would appear that Ms. Clayton was not just a mere observer, but an actual participant.
Margate police said they were first called to this home near Northwest 79th Terrace in 3rd Place after the victim reached out to an online instructor pleading for her to call police. It's when officers arrived, they found the teen with a gash to her head and bleeding.
That's very concerning. It's like if they're doing all that serious, like I can imagine what she went through.
Margate police
You can't imagine what she went through. Why do we lie like that? You cannot imagine what a 15-year-old who have been going through this shit for damn near a decade. You can't imagine it. Why do we lie? We just say stuff for the cameras, but go ahead.
Officers said they observed even more signs of physical abuse. In the arrest reports we obtained, the victim claimed she was caged in different closets. While no one answered the door, documents detail in 2019, at just 11 years old, one of the defendants allegedly kicked her in the chin. In 2021, at 13, she said her knees were oiled and she was forced to kneel on rice for hours for consecutive days. She told investigators she was tied as one of the defendants struck her toes with a hammer.
Now, could you imagine all of this stuff that she went through? Since we, I can imagine what you went through. Could you imagine all of that stuff that they just said? Nope, you wouldn't even thought about it. So you can't imagine it.
And at just 14 years old, she was bound and had boiling water thrown on her, causing severe scarring. And just disturbing to hear those details right there. At last check, the victim was placed in the custody of the Department of Children and Families. As for Horace, he is now solely facing a charge of failing to register as a sex offender, but investigators say they're now looking in to see if he is linked to this alleged abuse as well. As we gather more details on this one, we'll be sure to let you know. For now,
I ain't even much worried about the dude. Listen, I'm not worried about him not signing up as a sex offender. I ain't even worried about that right there. I ain't even much concern about them right there, the guardians. I don't care nothing about that. But that baby right there, the 20-year-old sister, y'all 5 years apart. You have been able to live your best life. You out here with that thing on your forehead and shit. You just been out here popping. You got the wedding wavy lace front. You've been able to live it up. You've been having your Androids and your iPhones and stuff. You've been able to get peed in and all that fly stuff right there. While your sister is being handled in one of the worst ways. Your sister, y'all 5 years apart. You just been okay with this shit right here for years, baby. She need to get the most time. She need to get the most time. I don't care nobody. She is an adult now. Her sister, you allowed people to do that to your sister. When I tell you females really don't like other females, remember I'm the one who told you that right there. Moving right along, ain't gonna eat much hoe.